Okay, so we do have some brand new updates in regards to the relationship between Etta Eyong and FC Barcelona. It has been stated that Barcelona are eyeing Etta Eyong as a long-term option for the number 9 role. And not just that, but Etta Eyong is also meeting Barcelona halfway by stating that he is willing to commit to join FC Barcelona because there is other clubs that do want Etta Eyong, but he is prioritizing the move to our club, which is crazy. This is a striker that has clearly impressed with his performances and fits Barcelona's profile. He's young, a natural goal scorer, especially with Lewandowski not renewing his contract in the summer of 2026. Etta Eyong is mandatory. Now, I don't even know what's going to be in Deco's plans and how he does view Lewandowski. Like, does he want to extend him? Does he want to renew him until 2029 or something crazy like that? The fact that we have to wait until damn near the summer of 2026 to find an answer, it does make me feel like Deco and Joan Laporta and Lewandowski are negotiating for a renewal. This is going to be one of those situations where the season is going to end and like 2 or 3 days later, it's going to be announced that Lewandowski is no longer going to be a Barcelona player. Or maybe we can see a situation where 2 months before the season does end, Lewandowski finally announces that this is going to be his last season, and then we just have to go all in for the player. Like, go all in, try to win as many trophies as possible before Lewandowski makes that emotional exit. But for sure, we're not going to hear anything in regards to Lewandowski leaving this year and in the first like 2 or 3 months of next year. So as of right now, we can confirm that Barcelona already see Etta Eyong as their ideal replacement to Lewandowski. He's young, hungry, and has the DNA. Now, for those of you guys who are wondering, okay, if this is true, if Etta Eyong can come to Barcelona because Barcelona want him and Etta Eyong wants the move, could we make this transfer happen in the winter of 2026? Now, looking at the rules and what FIFA have implemented, they are currently blocking an early transfer because due to the FIFA regulations, it does prevent for players to represent 3 clubs in one season. Let's remember, Eyong came from Villarreal first, then eventually moved to Levante, all within a span of 2 weeks in the beginning of this season. Him moving to Barcelona in the winter will be his 3rd club. So as of right now, Eyong wouldn't be eligible to play for Barcelona this winter. Not even a loan back option to Levante could happen. And that is because of Barcelona's financial situation. So even though Barcelona do want him now, they'll have to wait until the next summer before making any real moves. So let's remember that his release clause is 30 million euros. However, if Barcelona were to come in and say, we're going to give in 15 or 16 million euros for the player, Levante are going to have to accept. And it's going to be a huge win for Levante because they'll be able to keep 80% of those profits while Villarreal only get 20%. So he's definitely a player that is going to be eyed on by multiple clubs for the next 7 months. In La Liga, only Kylian Mbappe, who has 9 goals, and Julian Alvarez, who has 6 goals, have scored more than Eyong so far this season. So he's not just potential, but he's proving that he is elite and among one of Europe's best. We'll see how things do play out. As of right now, for our striker position, we're going to just have to hang on Lewandowski and Ferran Torres. Moving on towards the next conversation, I do want to speak about Gilberto Mora, who is the Mexican wonder kid that we talked about 2 or 3 days ago. I'm very much excited about this player. I know that a lot of you guys were like, oh yeah, he's not going to talk about Gilberto Mora because he is a USA fan and they're rivals, and like, how can you even hype this player up? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, we know Kevin, this and that, but I'm like, dude, look, I know that when I face a team like Mexico, I want to beat Mexico all the time, especially if I'm a USA fan. Like, when USA play against Mexico, I want to beat Mexico like 5-0, 6-0. However, I'm also not saying that Mexico do not have any talents. I think that Mexico is a wonderful country, a great national team, and have great youth players, and I respect them a lot. And Mexico do have a lot of history in regards to their attachment to Barcelona, and I would like to see that continue. I think that Gilberto Mora, at the age of 16 years old, going to a club like Barcelona is a beautiful story. It's going to be a wonderful story for the whole country of Mexico. And so this 16-year-old Mexican attacker has blown up in the U20 World Cup, scoring 3 goals and providing 2 assists in the past 4 or 5 matches. So his flair, his creativity, his vision in the final third has made him one of the most exciting young prospects in the world for sure. Like, no wonder this guy is being compared to somebody like Pedri because he does move like Pedri. He does find those key passes just like Pedri. Also, let's remember that back on September 2024, it was reported that Barcelona actually invited Mora to come and train at La Masia because they wanted Mora to learn the Barca philosophy, to meet with the youth players as well. But the only thing that was stopping him was his parents because he was still a minor and he needed legal approval. But Barcelona always had this kid in mind and they wanted him to train with the likes of Tony Fernandez, Gulli Fernandez, and players of that kind. So it does seem like Barcelona maybe made the first move early to show their interest before any other club, because now, fast forwarding a year later, October 11th, 2025, there are major clubs entering the race. It's been reported that Real Madrid, Manchester City, Arsenal, PSG, and Chelsea have all joined the hunt to sign Mora. Mora's agent, who is Rafaela Pimienta, has already received inquiries for him, but there has been no official offers yet by anybody. And his current club, Tijuana, they know that he's going to be leaving for sure in the summer of 2026, but they currently have not negotiated a transfer price yet. It is expected that most likely, if all clubs wait for Mora to be available on the market, it's probably going to cost around 45 to 50 million euros, which is going to be a lot of money. And especially when you include a global bidding war, that price tag is going to skyrocket. Now, according to the FIFA rules, it's also been stated that Mora must wait until he turns 18 years old before he officially joins a European club. So that will have to be until October 2026, which also means that for FC Barcelona, if they do end up signing him, he won't arrive until January 2027. So this is definitely going to be a long game. Now, here's where it does get very interesting. There is another club out there that is interested in Mora, and they're not in Europe, and that one club is Inter Miami. They are entering the conversations. Inter Miami are prepared to make a serious offer for the youngster. They see Mora as a perfect mix of youth, skill, and a lot of star potential, a player that they can rely on within the starting 11. And can you imagine that type of move, right? Like, I can see Mora moving to Inter Miami, learning from Messi, learning from other players in Inter Miami, maybe Mascherano as well, and really understand what it's like to be a definitive number 10, a definitive number 8, and to become the protagonist in the attack. I can see him learning a lot there. Inter Miami have been very keen on pivoting away from older European players, and they want to go after the young world-class prospects. And for their final result, and to be able to work with them, make them better, repackage it, and then sell it for even more. Not sell it, but sell the player. I'm not going to call these players it, but sell the player for even more to Europe. So we'll see how this whole transfer operation ends up working out. But I do greenlight this player. I want him at this club. I think that he has great potential. He can play as a winger on both flanks, as a central forward. His adaptability combined with the creativity and the vision is what makes him ideal for Hansi Flick's Barcelona. Hansi Flick has always said that he wants players who can adapt, who can play in multiple positions. The more positions, the better. And Mora knows exactly how to do that. Hence the reason why Flick really does like Rafinha, is because Rafinha can play on the 10 position, left wing position, right wing position. Same thing can be said with Marcus Rashford. He can play on the left wing position, right wing position, and maybe even as a number 9. But that is it, right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.